by the
Shouts
way.
to the SES. Y'all are real ones.
But anyway, right now we have our game here, Embo Z versus Mr. E, some of the best representatives of their characters in the world.
Oh, yeah.
And I think there's a lot of Embo Z fans out here versus another invader, Mr. E, coming here from
Tri-State,
New York.
baby!
Tri-State. We're going to have a little bit of a biased caster here.
No, what? I'm professional.
You're professional.
Let's go, Mr. E!
But,
Woo!
like, yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I'm a big fan of their sponsor, by the way, AITX. They're a very up-and-coming one. Signed a lot of players in the Tri-State area, and they also grabbed, I believe, a Bowser Jr. main from Florida as well. But
cool.
they're a robotics company with a bunch of other shenanigans. They've been hosting events there in New York, too, so I got to sing their praises. And speaking of which, Domino Effect, Embo sponsor, they host a lot of events in the Washington area, too. So
yeah, shout out to Domino Effect, charity event, does a lot of work. And shout out to Max, runs those things.
Yeah,
amazing
I love that
guy.
He's excellent.
Okay, right now, just a little bit too spaced to be able to get a grab on shield. I mean, Embo not having the best out of shield options, especially against a character like Lucina who could just space out with those forward airs, with those down tilts and stuff like that. But still getting the first stock right now, and that is a little bit scary because it's difficult to make a comeback against a character like Duck Hunt who has just so much projectile, so much of a wall that like sort of force you into a bunch of damage before you even get to him.
On top of that, he's got that frame 1 can pull. If you are touching him a little bit too much, he can pull that thing out and he will ruin your day. Does really well against swordies in particular.
Yeah, it's funny because normally I feel like Lucina is the character who does that. You know, she uses her fast trigger up B out of your combos. It's like, okay, you messed up slightly on your combo, I'm hitting you with this every single time. But on the other side, it's Embo doing that.
Mr. E right now trying to hold the stage. He's gonna Dolphin Slash right into the waiting can. Embo clearing his way back to the stage. Trying to run up tilt, not gonna kill. Great DI, and the high ceiling of Battlefield is gonna be paying dividends for that one.
Yeah, I love the bit of a wall that Embo can use as he's coming back to the stage because, you know, up B has no hitbox, but at the same time, he threw out the gunman, he threw out the can, he threw out everything, and oh, Tex, yep, he's still coming back stage. How is he still alive there, Laird? Well, not anymore.
I was gonna say, really excellent awareness to fade away from Lucina swinging out towards the blast zone, and instead, before the uppie came out, Embo was just hanging out close to the stage. Yeah. So that whenever Mystery had to hit him, he had to hit him into the stage where he has an opportunity to tech and survive.
Absolutely. One of the things I want to talk about real quick is the fact that, oh, wow. Nice job there with the can, catching out Mystery's movements. But I want to talk about the fact that every time you shield the side B, that clay pigeon, a lot of times people will either swing or jump after it, but it still has a hitbox that they're going to activate when it hits your shield. So you have to be really careful about what you do after it hits there, because you can just end up, you know, getting punished even after you thought the move had ended.
I'm loving these creative can setups we're seeing from Embo as well. Doing a really good job of just mixing up the trajectory of it. Having Mr. E pinned on both sides, but yeah, there's those clay pigeons again as well. Excellent combo material, combos into itself. It's an excellent setup, does a lot of damage too. Yeah,
absolutely. He was going for the third one, and I think into a back air would have secured the stock probably at this point. But okay, Mr. E slowly finding his way back in this game. Still has a lot of work to do against a character like Duck Hunt who can just make it so hard for you to get in, especially if he's ahead. Does not have to approach.
Right now, Embo on his last stock. Mr. E trying to fight his way back into this thing. He's gonna run full send into that can, hit it away. Battle of ping pong going on right now here.
Okay, yeah, once again, this can proving to be such a nuisance for Mr. E. Nice awareness there, trying to swing it away from him, but Embo still just hit it back, still sets it up again, and finally Mr. E's back on stage. But like you talked about, that can, frame 1 comes out, interrupts his pseudo combo.
Right, but a lot of extra damage was done to Embo in that process. He's getting near that kill percent. Lucina does struggle sometimes with a nice shield. He's going to come up, put a little bit of extra more percent on the board. Embo right now at kill percent, max rage Lucina. One more hit might do it.
Yep, and
oh, so close. Not quite going to do it though.
If the border connected there, it definitely would have killed.
Oh, he was caught holding
once again.
Embo played his out so well there.
Absolutely. I mean, I just love the positioning with the can. I love how he used it in so many different fashions too. It wasn't the same way every time. That's one of the things that, like, okay, you expect the can coming down at exactly this angle, but Embo is like, okay, I got 3 more angles. I got 4 more angles. Here's another one. You haven't seen this one yet, and it's just every single time adds a layer of mix-up, adds an ability to find a new way back on the ledge, a new way to set up the can, and a new way to get that kill.
Well, I've heard it said before that we got some corny-ass characters here in the PNW, but Embo is playing like a champ either way, taking one game off of one of the best Lucinas in the world, if not the best. We're going to game 2 here. We'll be on Smashville, a little bit of a closer stage. Less room to run away from Can, and all these projectiles that Duck Hunt has is going to be covering a lot more of the stage too.
Yeah, but I think the reason that Mr. E picked this is just because at the same time that those projectiles cover the area, so does the sword. The sword can just swipe through that entire area beneath the platform and just cover every single option that Embo can go for. Oh,
I'm loving this setup that Embo does, where he runs up to the ledge with Can, and then he shields. Because if the up B comes out, hits the Can into his shield, it's going to pop on contact, but it's still an active hitbox that Mr. E can run into.
Yeah, I mean, that's really, really smart. I mean, it's just, like I said, the creativity of these setups have been so impressive, and should be getting this kill. Yep, down smash, sending behind him. And one of the few ways you can get a kill behind you while facing them.
Yeah, I suppose.
And okay.
Right now, hanging out ledge. That gunman, it came out off screen, so no one knew it was there. However, the side B comes out for his trouble. Mr. E proving that the sword is mightier than the gun.
Maybe for now, but right now the can seems mightier than the sword because this can of beans is just making it so hard. Oh, what is it? What is it actually a can of? Hogan's Alley. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's a can of.
It's just
a can.
It sure is.
Just a tin can. I'm gonna call it a can of beans.
I think it's a can of beans.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
It's really gassy. I'll put it that way.
Definitely gassing him up right now.
Love that Nair to clear the way, put Mr. E in advantage here. He was trying to read a roll on stage, but Embo actually poked him out with one of those F tilts. You know, the duck is a disjointed hitbox itself, so.
It seems like right now the stage is actually working out a little bit better for Embo. I mean, we talked about how Mr. E picked it because he wanted to cover so much area with the sword, but the first thing you brought up is just the coverage with those projectiles in the middle of the stage. But okay, how does he keep avoiding these? Okay, not that one.
I love that. True combo, up B into back air. 100%-ish with a little bit of extra rage to help that one out for Mr. E, who's back in the lead here.
And down throw, up air. I think that is a DI check. But sometimes it works out, especially when it's a character like Duck Hunt, who you don't necessarily know all of their oh, what?
Huh?
What? The shield break?
All right, what's he gonna do?
Just F smash.
That's 26 damage. No,
I feel like there could have been something cooler, but you know, sometimes you just take it. Oh, I was thinking like I don't know, down air, nair 1, forward smash or something like that. It would have been sweet.
I don't think he would have had plus frames on the down air, frankly.
Oh yeah, too low.
Even if he got the spike box, yeah.
Yeah. You might be right.
Not enough end lag. Not enough damage for
Sad.
the hit stun. Yeah, unfortunate.
All right, but right now, we're just very even. A lot of these boosted F tilts just to get him through the projectiles. And okay, now the setup is here. How does the ledge trap work? Okay, just another grab. Still looking really good. Hits the can into Embo. Embo is using the can so well, though. And once again, covering his recovery.
Another thing that Mr. E's doing well, too, is he's using that side B just to stall out for a little bit, making certain that whenever he's off stage, he's covering more space. He has more opportunity to be there. Catches the air dodge in with an F smash all the way behind the head, sending that guy to the blast zone. It is a 1-to-1 set count, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is definitely a testament to how Mr. E has adapted to the patterns that we've been seeing of Embo's recoveries, of Embo's aggression out of the corner, because you don't really have, like I said, you don't have a whole ton of options. The only thing you can mix up is the timing of the can, and one of the big things I saw from Mr. E is catching early, catching high before the can really descend a lot, and he's just hitting the can and Duck Hunt at the same time, so it's fine either way. Right. And then, you know, if you, and then the other times, he's been going low and using multiple aerials just to stuff out any potential approaches to the ledge. And eventually, you know, I really like that. Like you said, the up B back air worked out super well. So good stuff so far.
Yep, and Mr. E going right back into it, not changing anything up too much. Embo, same token, probably picking a new song at the moment. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, what do you think about listening to music in bracket?
I love it.
Yeah?
I play so much better without game audio.
Interesting.
It's crazy. I don't know why. It just happens, man.
I can't play without game audio. I mean, I can. I like it way better. Way better.
It's a matter of personal preference, but I like being able to, you know, play whatever music I like.
True.
Give me some AC/DC up in here.
Ooh.
That's not all I listen to, but you know.
Yeah.
It's just the first thing that came to my brain.
Still good stuff for sure.
First of all, I'm loving these up tilts and up airs that Mr. E's going for. Added up to quite a lot of percentage. Caught him on the ground with a side B as well. Mr. E is now cooking. He's playing a lot faster, and he's forcing Embo to do the same in kind.
Yeah, this is just a rinse and repeat edge guard. And yeah, just double slaps the can. One was not enough. And now can have a difficult time getting back to stage. Does manage it with the air dodge, but still is still in a little bit of a dire strait as, like we said before, comebacks are relatively hard for Duck Hunt. You have to really find a lot of openings to get something big.
Then again, in my time commentating Wi-Fi Smash, I have seen quite a lot of Duck Hunt plays go super well, and frankly, Embo starting to layer back on this damage, do a lot with those cans.
Shout out to Big Duck Hunt.
Shout out to Big Duck Hunt fan.
Big Duck Hunt fan fight. Yeah.
It's 7,000.
7,000. Numbers.
Fake fan.
Fake fan. It's true. I'm sorry, Big Duck Hunt fan 7,000. All right, but right now, Mr. E is the one. He's the one who's definitely not a fan of Duck Hunt. He's just eliminating this dog.
Oh man, a little bit of extra damage with that Dolphin Slash into the can as well. Embo struggling right now, falling up airs. Mr. E playing lackadaisically at the moment, looking like this is just a walk in the park.
Yeah, once again, another forward throw. This has been the major game plan for Mr. E is these forward throws, these throws to the ledges, setting up every time. And oh, okay, down tilt. Oh,
Phantom footstool. Back air.
Oh.
Excellent recovery from Mr. E. What a reversal.
So difficult for him to find his way back to the stage without that hitbox on the recovery. Mr. E has just been eating him alive, but eventually finds an up smash. Gets one stock here, but still a mountain to climb there, Laird.
Man, Mr. E, he woke up. What happened to him? He just decided to play a lot more downhill, keep Duck Hunt in the air, make sure that he's the one hugging stage more often than Embo is. Embo's got to do a better job of resetting in neutral, making sure that he's covering more of Mr. E's crazy options in order to come out on top of this.
And I think it was definitely a lot of experimentation on edge guarding because you don't necessarily know how to edge guard every character by default. As a character like Lucina, you still have to find your ways of, getting through their defensive options, find your ways of countering them. And now that Mr. E has good track of that, it feels like every single option for Embo is just a losing exchange. And this is the major one that I've seen working out relatively well. But now that the can is gone, you don't have any resources left.
Down air is going to send off the other way. Embo gonna recover slow, make his way back, avoiding a couple Dolphin Slashes in the process. Clay Pigeon, back air is gonna whip, but up air would have been fine.
Unfortunate for Embo not getting that confirmed that he likes so much, and now
nice.
The can on the platform. Wow.
The gun to trip him onto the platform, and a little bit of extra damage with that can, and the up air is gonna kill at about 150%. That is another victory under the belt for AITX's very own Mr. E.
Yeah. Okay, so 2-1 now, and honestly, it feels like the onus is really on Embo to make a pace change happen.
Yeah, we called that a while ago.
Yep.
We're loving that.
I appreciate that though, production. Production just letting us know about the Sparkle victory. Shout out to Sparkle.
Yeah, Sen maybe had an off weekend. It just happens, man. Sometimes it happens, and that's okay. Speaking of which, FD Game 4 coming up. Embo's opportunity to force this into a Game 5, and so far he's doing a good job. No platforms for Mr. E to get extensions off of, and looks like full range of the ground is going to be in Embo's control with these gunmen and these cans and these clay pigeons.
Yeah, definitely an interesting choice here. A little bit of a different scenery from the last one, but I think it'll work out fairly well. I do not think the platforms were Embo's friend in the last game, so definitely a choice that makes a lot of sense.
You think about it, you always have the can on the same plane this set, or in this particular match. You know, you don't have to worry about it getting hung up on a platform or your opponent going onto a platform to avoid it. No, if you're on the ground, there's a can there, and you got to deal with it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's see how he's going to use this clay pigeon to cover the space. But the up smash, wow, he had so much time there. Did the run up smash because knowing that it wouldn't hit with the spacing that that Mr. E used. Yeah,
and on top of that, he caught him in shield with that F smash. Really, really strong showing from him. And he's going to go down low, but Mr. E's going to even this thing up. 0-0 on the second stock each, looking like Smash 4, baby.
Yeah, and now it's looking a lot better for Embo, who's just, he's like, all right, I'm the juggler now. You got juggles? So do I.
My duck and I do work, brother.
Yeah. Now still just, wow, it's really interesting to see that even though he's ahead, Embo is the one sort of making the pressure happen. This is sort of the opposite of what you'd expect from a character like Duck Hunt, but he's still forcing the interactions, forcing the pressure on Mr. E while he's in the corner. Okay, but now these are the jugglers from Mr. E, a little bit stronger, a little bit more damage.
Mr. E keeping an eye on that ledge guarding, looking for a backer, but just barely missed. Some really good drift there from Embo to keep that in mind. There's also a can on ground too. It's gonna blow up in a second.
Oh.
Mr. E not able to get a follow, but the nice parry from Embo is gonna help him survive. The upside comes in, goes
Back
for
air?
a clay pigeon backer. Excellent call out, my friend, and that was a really good stock there with some extra rage to benefit him.
Yeah, that was interesting because the start of the clay pigeon traded with whatever Mr. E was throwing out, and that just allowed a lot more actionability before the clay pigeon final hits came out.
Oh, yeah, that was a shield poke. 3 hits of the side B came out, did a lot of shield damage, and that back air was not survivable with the trajectory that Mr. E was going for. Excellent plays there from him, and right now, a couple up tilts, evens up the game.
Yeah, I mean, Embo here is on winner's stock, but he's playing like it's his last because it's just so difficult to find your way on Mr. E, but he's still just, all right, I'm going to conserve what I need to, but when I want to go in, I can still do that. I like just the pace of play that Embo is putting out because he's not going too far back.
Yeah, he's playing really passive, but also aggressively, pushing his advantage incredibly nicely. However, he's in the corner, 93% and climbing. 101 has him off stage. Mr. E catches him covering high lazily, and he will grill you for that one every single time. Mr. E holding it down, advances into top 16, a top 8 qualifier match winner side for him, where he will have the opportunity to spar against one of BC's best, Lemon. And that was going to round out our top 16 winners side.
Yes, that is our top 16 winners side. We'll go through it one more time. We have Ouch versus JDV, Despade versus Justice, Opsin versus Rocky, and Lemon versus Mr. E. Which one are you looking forward to the most out of those sets?
I'm interested in Ouch JDV, frankly.
Yeah?
I've seen it before, but like...
You want to see it? It may